Hello guys and welcome to Vlogging Project. This is Tony, your favorite YouTuber. Today I'm gonna do an exception on my channel and review the cheapest phone available from a brand. We are talking about the Xiaomi Redmi 8A. In the UK you can get one of these from their official website for just £109, guys, which makes it pretty much one of the cheapest, well, relatively new phones you can buy on the market. But sometimes people say if something is too good to be true, it usually is, guys. And that's exactly the case with the Xiaomi. There are two hidden deal breakers of this phone which are not apparently visible, let's say from an unboxing video or something like that. So in this particular case, that's not going to be my full-length comprehensive review. Rather than we're going to follow the Volokin Spectrum scoring system directly. I've got 10 different categories where I rate phones and I've tested over 100 phones on my channel. So without further ado, let's get it on. Now, the only reason that I even have this phone in my hands is because a few months ago I bought two of these for £110, guys, which is absolutely crazy bargain for what you buy. There was a promotion on the Xiaomi official web store, and if you're into this kind of promotions where you can get something extremely cheap or you can make money reselling it on eBay or Spock or Gumtree, of course follow me on my coffee page, link in the description down below. So now on the Vlogging Spectrum score I rate the phones from 0 to 5, and I sometimes give it 6 if it has some sort of, unusual and unique feature to a specific phone, which is the best in the world. So let's kick off with the first category, which is design and build quality. I absolutely love the Phoenix pen job over here, and I love this. Check this out, guys, this scratchy material over here. Yes, it's all plastic, it's very sturdy, and it's just under 200 grams. So for design and build quality, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, guys. Now the second category is security, and unfortunately there is no fingerprint reader on a modern smartphone, guys. If you want a fingerprint reader, you should get the Redmi 8 version instead. Actually you shouldn't, but a little bit later on this one over here. So yeah, that's one of the deal breakers, no fingerprint reader, because now in the COVID times face unlock works fine most of the time, but if you're wearing a mask it doesn't really work. So this is a main disadvantage, guys. I'm gonna give it just 2 out of 5 for this category. Moving on, next category is battery life. We've got a 5000 milliamp hours battery on this phone, guys, and you might think that that's gonna be a crazy, 10 hours plus screen on time battery life. Well, not exactly. I'm usually getting between 8 and 10 hours of screen on time, which on its own is a very good result, but considering you're running a low-end SoC over here and the battery is so big, making the phone a little bit on the chunky side, well, that's not exactly an excellent result. And the thing is that in the box they're giving you a slow charger, guys. I've compared the percentage versus a quick charge, and I'm gonna tell you what I achieved. I'm just gonna have to look at my notes over here. So in 30 minutes you're charging just 26% with the slow charger, 28% with my own fast one. 1 hour gives you 48% on the stock and 54% on the fast, and full charge 2 hours 45 minutes, guys, which is absolutely crazy in 2020, even in 2021. With the fast charger I managed to charge it in 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is not very good, guys. One thing I forgot to mention is that there is no notification LED, so yeah. So for the battery life I'm gonna give it just 4 out of 5 in that case because of the slower charging. Now the screen is just 720p LCD screen. The IPS glow is definitely there. I've measured 365 lux with my light meter, which is okay pretty much. You're not gonna get too much trouble in daylight, but overall, 720p screen, so naturally YouTube videos look terrible, and you've got the teardrop notch over here, so I'm gonna give it just 2 out of 5, guys. Moving on to the next category, and that's audio. The speaker itself is a mono unit at the bottom of the phone. It gets fairly loud, the quality is really not there, guys, but the voice is actually boosted, so in loud environments you can hear what's going on pretty much on your screen. So I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. I've got some good news on the 3.5mm department over here at the bottom located. Of course, the quality is overall excellent, guys, with equalizer settings and plenty of preset profiles. So easy, 4 out of 5 over here. Now the next category is software. Typical MIUI pretty much. You've got dark mode, you've got gestures, you've got pretty much everything. However, one thing which you don't have is flawless updates, guys. As you can see, my unit is stuck on downloading 0%. I remember when I got this phone, I tried to update to the MIUI 10 and again I got stuck. I remember reading all over the internet what the issue might be, and at the end I had to factory reset the phone to update it. And that's exactly the case with the MIUI 11, guys. I did everything. I cleared the cache, I force stopped the update application, I cleared the data, this and that, I've changed the Wi-Fi settings, I did everything, guys, and I can't get it past 0% over here. That's absolutely unacceptable. You might have to flush the package yourself manually, which most of the regular users have no idea what to do. So in that department, I'm gonna give the software 4 out of 5. However, there is one big issue with the software, which is we've got Snapdragon 439 over here, guys, with just 2 GB of RAM. This is the version available in the UK. There are versions with more RAM, but they're just not available. So you're looking at 2 GB of RAM. Now 2 GB of RAM, we're talking about 2013, something like that. Now 7 years later, this phone barely moves, guys, and there's one big issue caused by the 2 GB of RAM. You're using a fairly feature loaded MIUI which hasn't been specifically trimmed down for this phone. This is the full version of the MIUI, and with 2 GB of RAM, if you open up a few applications, not only you don't have any kind of multitasking, but if you swipe down to get into your launcher, you get a black screen, and after a few seconds the launcher reloads. And at first I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to install Nova Launcher to see how that goes. And in the beginning it was okay, but just after a few hours of usage, guys, it started happening on the Nova Launcher itself, which is extremely annoying. You do something, you swipe down to go home, and you wait like 2 seconds for the launcher to reload. That's because 2 GB of RAM is pretty much nothing. It's not, it barely keeps the phone alive, guys. So yeah, 2 gigs of RAM, no go on this phone. Don't buy it simply because of that reason. Now what about gaming? Surprisingly, casual games run better than expected, guys. But if you're planning to play Call of Duty, that's just not gonna happen. It works on the lowest settings, but it really looks back on that 720p screen. So unfortunately, I can't give the performance more than 1 out of 10, guys. And the next categories are the cameras, where things are bad. Now the front-facing camera is an 8 megapixel unit, the same as the Xperia 1 Mark II, and the photos are actually a little bit better than you expect. However, there is some artifacting going on some of the photos, as well as the bokeh is an absolute joke. There is no stabilization in the videos. So I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5, although I'm being a little bit generous over here. At the back we've got a 13 megapixel, or I don't know, 12 megapixel unit, which is absolutely terrible, guys. The video is 1080p, no stabilization, the colors are bad, HDR is bad. Pretty much don't shoot with this camera, guys. It's one of the worst cameras on any phone found. So to conclude this video, guys, how much is the overall Vlokin Spectrum score? It's 27 out of 60, guys, which places the Redmi 8A at the 82nd place of 105 phones I have currently tested, guys, which is, not the worst result ever. But the thing is that comparing to some other phones, for example like the Xperia L3, you can find this phone even cheaper than this one, and it's actually much better, guys. So there are 3 deal breakers of this phone: the absolutely terrible performance and reloading of the launcher, the horrible cameras pretty much, and the lack of the fingerprint reader, guys. And for those 3 reasons, actually I would say don't buy this phone. Actually don't waste your time, and considering the price, £109 in the UK. Yes, of course, it's cheaper than some of the Xperias and this and that, but you've got Huawei, you've got Honor with cheaper devices, you can get the odd Moto G phone here and there. So actually there is no reason to go for this phone, apart from the, let's say, beautiful back cover over here and the 5000 milliamp hours of battery, but pretty much nothing else, which is simply not enough in 2020, guys. So yeah, that's my advice to you. You can do, of course, whatever you like, but one thing I would really wish you to do is subscribe to my channel so I can provide with more fair videos like that, completely unbiased. If you want to know what's inside the box, go and check it out. I've got the unboxing experience. And something very interesting though, usually the unboxing experience is different than the review, because the first impression of the phone, you can't see the performance, you can't see this and that, and you're like, oh, this phone is actually pretty good. But you have to wait for the full review to get the 100% my honest opinion, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Adios.